you've got a council in New Zealand who's now going around changing the place names because they might be offensive. Now they've been named those things for donkey's years, you know. So they consider them to be racially offensive, which begs the question, Mick. They're going to come for us.
Yeah.
Us at Blackmans Bay, they're coming for, mate. You know.
If Blackmans Bay was in England, it would have been changed by now.
Changed by now. Yeah.
But sooner or later, Australia's going to start looking at Blackmans Bay and saying, "No, that could be offensive." And we'll fight it, won't we, Keith?
But I'm assuming, you know, White Beach down on the Tasman Peninsula will be all right.
Oh yeah, that's okay. That's okay. That won't change.
That's fine, isn't it?
Yeah,
that'll be fine.
Just like honky and all those words, they're all right. It's just anything, because it comes back to what you said earlier, Keith. Only a white man can be racial.
That's exactly right. You know,
racialist.
And that card is always there to play straight away, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, straight away.
We've also got problems with terms like simple terms like BC and AD for dates. Now
they've been around ever since I was born.
I know, but according they've been replaced by. So I'll have to read this because it's new. You know, it's BCE, which means before Common Era, and CE, which is Common Era, because BC and AD offends some people.
Yeah, I wonder who.
Yeah, I wonder who.
I wonder who that is actually aimed at. You know, they've in some places now, Mick, they've renamed Easter eggs in fact, haven't they?
Apparently they're called something called a Spring Sphere.
Yeah.
And Christmas trees are named holiday trees.
Yeah.
Well, if that's not a load of bollocks, I don't know what is.
No, that's right. Winter holiday instead of Christmas holiday.
Yeah.
You know? And trust us, this will come into Australia, won't it?
Well, it's already creeping in because there's a company in Australia that supplies Father Christmases all over Australia to different companies, maybe big department stores, things like that. They've been banned from going ho 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 because apparently, firstly, it frightens the children, and secondly, the word ho is apparently a slang name for a prostitute in America. And we're talking about Australia here. Now, if Father Christmas going ho 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 frightens a kid, what does that tell you about that kid?
Well, it beggars, the whole thing beggars belief. It comes back to what we've said, you know. Nobody that I ever speak to likes all this political bullshit, and yet it's happening. Huh? Yeah. It's happening in the papers. You get newspapers now, especially say the Mercury here in Tasmania. If you put anything controversial whatsoever in a comment, it don't go on there. So really what they're doing is actually, they're the only outlet, you know, online outlet where you can voice an opinion in southern Tasmania, and they're censoring it.
Yeah, it's very heavily censored. Even the short time I've been here.
Oh, it's
you're very difficult to get a comment on there now.
Yeah, and that's all about political correctness. They just they're, you know, they've got the bug, haven't they?
Yeah,
they've got the PC bug. Another overused word is the term diversity.
Yep.
You know? Or any company these days have got to have a diversity officer.
Yeah.
As though I need to be told, or someone needs to be told, how to behave in the workforce.
Yeah.
And who to include in the workforce. You know, there was a time, of course, when you went for a job, you actually got a job on merit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, you was the best person for the job. You know, you had the qualifications, all of that. Not now. Not now. Because what comes into consideration is your age, your sex, your colour, you know, your racial
leaning,
you know, or, you know.
But there's something else as well, Keith, because we've got something down here talking about going for a job, and I'll read it to you. A UK recruiter was stunned when her job advert for reliable and hard-working applicants was rejected by the job centre, as it could be offensive to unreliable and lazy people. Now, how can this go on in the modern society? How does this happen?
I don't know, and we're letting it happen. You know, we're letting it happen. I went through loads of diversity courses when I was working for the government, and everybody to a person came out and said it's political correct bullshit, and yet it still happens. You know, it still happens.
Yeah. Wasn't there someone who had to apologise? I think it was Xbox, wasn't it? They had to apologise because someone said they were thought gay, and they thought it was offensive and scrubbed them, didn't they?
Yeah, they banned them. They banned them from the Xbox Live, online community because of their address.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And now I'll tell you this, and that's another true story. I played Xbox FIFA. You know, the old FIFA football.
Yeah.
And I thought, for a laugh, you can actually, this is true, you can actually go online and make your own football team up. So I thought, get all the Cray United boys together, you know. So I put all the names in of all of the players, you know. I spent ages doing it, and it got rejected. And do you know why? Because I put Dickie Hooker in there. It's just true. I put Dickie, all that work, I all lost because they wouldn't accept Dickie Hooker.